Welcome back to Snackcast.
Hello.
So, still deep diving in the book. Lies My Doctor Told Me, Dr. Ken Berry.
Great book.
Dude, it really is. I've mentioned in priors that it sent my wife down this trail of additional book, and she's going to be like an honorary MD at some point.
Right.
You know. So, today's topic is one close to mine and Kevin's heart, and it's vitamin D and how important it is, how a lot of physicians kind of maybe underestimate and misinform a little bit. So let's get started. Read the lie.
The lie. You get enough vitamin D from your diet. The fact that you don't have rickets, weak bones as a child, or osteomalacia, weak, painful bones in an adult is proof you are getting enough vitamin D and you don't need to take a vitamin D supplement.
So if you don't have rickets or bone disease, you're getting enough.
Yep.
That's the lie.
That's the lie, right?
Okay.
So vitamin D is important, very similar to the thyroid that we talked about earlier. Vitamin D is a vitamin that's important in hundreds, if not thousands, of biochemical processes in your body.
I don't think we fully understand how much it does for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically the body has evolved to produce its own vitamin D from the sun, right? As a chemical process, it's that important to our body.
Right.
So yeah, it's huge. Vitamin D may help reduce cancers, diabetes, MS, skin cancers, just tons of different things. And really, we aren't eating properly. It gets back to poor nutrition.
Right.
So it's not getting into the body.
I think there's a lot of the modern day lifestyle, and he points it out, right? That if you look at our ancestral history, we played outside, we hunted outside, we worked outside. And as, you know, the last, 100, 200 years, right? Especially modern, we're inside more often. There's more entertainment indoors, whether it's Netflix or Xbox, right? We work indoors, we live indoors, we're getting much less sun, and thanks to my plate and the food pyramid, we've been told to eat a lot less fat, which is the natural dietary source of vitamin D.
Bacon.
So no sun and no dietary vitamin D
Equals vitamin D deficiency.
Right.
And even like, you know, I know it's harder for people to get vitamin D up north, like in the wintertime, that type of thing. So you better eat properly and take your supplements in the wintertime. I
think this is one of the actual supplements he admits to taking on a daily.
Really? Because I
don't want to declare that, but I don't remember any other chapters of him saying, I take a daily supplement. And then this one he does.
Right.
You know, and he lives in south of Nashville. So, you know, it's not like he's in Canada.
Right.
You know, so, and I think he owns a farm, if I remember right. He talks about how he works outside a lot, but he's still feeling like he is deficient. He actually talks about the proper ranges that you can get tested, and it would be like above between 50 and 100 NGL or something.
IDUs?
No, IDUs is the measure of the supplement.
Okay.
The
test itself is different.
It's like milligrams per liter or something, nanograms per liter. I don't know what it was, but
there's also a really cool app that I have played around with in the past. It's called DMinder, for those that want to measure the vitamin D
as
levels.
in like reminder, but DMinder.
DMinder. So it's if you're questioning how much vitamin D you're actually getting from the sun, it can tell you the optimum times to be out in the sun and where you're at. So it's kind of like Weather Channel / because a lot of people, you can go out in Florida and at 3 p.m. and you're like, man, I'm getting burnt, I'm getting fried. You're not getting any vitamin D. I mean, literally,
why is that?
there's a. I think it has to do with the ozone and
so burning does not equal
vitamin D.
It's extended time.
Yeah, like literally from 8 a.m. obviously to probably around 11 a.m. is really the peak
Sweet.
time?
I got a tea time tomorrow morning with my boys at 7:52.
Yeah. So
Soaking in the vitamin D.
You will. But like at 3 o'clock, it still might be very hot and you might still be getting a burn, but you're not getting the vitamin D that you need.
Sure.
So that's a really cool app in addition to taking your supplements.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Yep. DMinder. It's cool. But yeah, it's so important in a ton of, what did they say in COVID, right? Go out and make sure you're getting vitamin D, which of course then they turned around and shut down the beaches. Yeah, that was a good idea. But
so he did talk about how he ran a study with his own patients, and it turned out like 75% of them were under the recommended daily allowance or under the under the threshold. So he prescribed supplements to all of them, and they would come back and they'd quit taking them. And he was like, why'd you quit taking it? And well, this doctor, specialist, whatever, told me I could overdose, right? So it turns out there is situations where people have mistakenly taken way too much. Jerry was talking about a guy he read about, did the same thing, and he had, I guess, some vomiting.
Stomachache, right?
And he couldn't figure it out. But he does comment that I think he uses the actual language, zero zip zilch have ever resulted in severe outcomes or death.
If you
It's
overtake
not a single
vitamin
one.
D. Okay.
And one guy, I think that he talks about you should supplement at a level of like 5,000 to 10,000 IUDs a day or something.
Mm-hmm.
This dude was taking 100,000 IUDs a day because he misread the label. And still nothing happened to him. So
Right.
if your doctor tells you that you can overdose on vitamin D, you probably should find another doctor.
So he checks twice yearly. Again, there's a bunch of tests that exist out there. You just go to do, how do I check my vitamin D, levels. You can do a Quest Diagnostics. You can do Everlywell. There's tons of websites that are out there that will do.
We're actually testing Everlywell. We're going to do something different down the road, so we'll keep you in tune for that.
But they do have that vitamin D test that you can get to test your levels to see if that's one of your issues that you have.
I think Everlywell, you don't have to use Quest Diagnostics.
No,
it's
you just
like finger prick.
Finger prick yourself. You send off for the results, and it will tell you where your vitamin D levels stand.
That's going to be exciting.
Yep.
We'll check it out.
So homework, there's a website, a vitamin D resource page from the Vitamin D Council. Very useful resource for learning about vitamin D and all of its powers to prevent and heal.
Yeah, he said that it's like the master class. You'll be an expert after, because that's a website, right? Not a book?
That's a website. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah, that's it, man. Get your vitamin D, folks.
It's
Go outside.
huge.
Work in the garden.
Get
Cut the
your
grass.
sunshine.
Shoot some hoops.
Yep.
Play some golf. Swim. Something.
Something.
So that's it. Questions, comments, concerns, hit us at snackcast@yes.fit.
Stay moving.
See ya.